Good morning student. I Purnima welcome you to my class and we are going to revise lesson number 5 of your supplementary reader, that is the Happy Prince. Not only revision children, we are going to do the question answer, short question answer, long question answer and the question answer, important question answers from the sample paper. So first of all, let me revise all the important points. First, this lesson is written by Oscar Wilde. The Happy Prince is written by Oscar Wilde. The story touches the softest corner of our hearts. A prince who remained happy when he was alive in his palace, but when he died, his statue was fixed in the middle of the city, and from there, children, his sorrow began. When he stood in the form of a statue, he could see all the miseries and sorrow of the city. So when he is alive, children, he did not feel any sorrow. Okay, but after his death, okay, when he was in the statue of the Happy Prince is placed in the center of the city, he saw all the miseries and sorrow of his city. He is a kind-natured prince, so he wants to help the poor and the needy. So this is all discussed in this story, that how the prince helped the needy and the poor people. Oscar Wilde's other story, The Selfish Giant, is also very interesting, and so it is worth reading. The Happy Prince, children, okay, is a very interesting story. It is about a prince, that how he felt the miseries and sorrows of his people and how he helped them with the help of his friend Salo. So children, begin all the important point. Okay, I would like to tell the first point. I will begin with the first point, a statue of a happy prince. So a statue of a happy prince, okay, stood in the city center. When that prince was alive, he was very happy. He not even knew that what sorrow was and what misery was. He was leading his life happily in his palace. And children, when he died, at a very young age he died. So his statue was placed in the center of the city. The beautiful statue was covered with golden leaves, two sapphire are a blue color stone, the expensive stone, fitted in his eyes, and a ruby is a red color expensive stone in his sword hilt. The prince looked around and found the poor miserable condition of the city. He wanted to help them but was helpless. Salo's rest. Suddenly, when children, my second point is Salo's rest. So one night, a Salo happened to rest at the prince's feet, but prince's tears fell on him. Now, children, when the prince was seeing the miseries and the sorrow of the city, here the tears were coming from his eyes, and he felt that somebody should come and help him. Suddenly, a Salo from a foreign land came, and on the column where the tall column where the prince's statue was fixed, he rested there between the feet. Until and when he looked up, he saw that a golden layer body of the statue, of the prince's statue, and he felt that he is living in a place which is covered with gold leaves. When he was resting, some drops of water fell on his head. The Salo was surprised that from where that drop of water came. Again, for the second time, the water fell on his head. Children, that Salo, he thought that it is a raindrops must be falling from the sky, unaware of the fact that these tears were coming from the prince's eyes. The Salo was going to Egypt to meet his friend, but on prince's request, he stayed there. So children, the Salo was going to Egypt to meet his friend, but on Prince's request, he stayed there. Now the prince asked him to take out the ruby from his sword hilt and go to an old seamstress who needed money. Her son was ill. He wanted oranges, but his mother could not afford. So now, children, that prince, when the Salo saw that the tears were coming from the prince's eyes, it became sad, and he asked the prince the reason for his crying, and the prince told him that actually he really want the Salo to help him, as he can see miseries of the city. In the beginning, the Salo refused the prince. He told it was not possible for him to help him, as he has to go to Egypt, because all of his friends were waiting for him. He'd already late. But the prince requested him to stay for one night and to help him. So, children, on the prince's request, he stayed there. Now the prince asked him to take out the ruby from his sword hilt and go to an old seamstress who needed money. Her son was ill and he wanted oranges, but his mother could not afford. Now, well, the prince requested again. He told Salo to take that ruby from his sword hilt to give to that seamstress who were busy embroidering the maid satin gown, who is going to have a ball dance, and she was busy embroidering that gown, and she was not having even a single pie to help her son who was having a high fever and he wanted to have oranges. So she was working hard day and night to complete that gown so that she can have some money. So prince asked him to take out the ruby from his sword hilt and go to an old seamstress who needed money. Her son was having high fever. He was ill. He wanted oranges, but his mother could not afford. Well, when prince requested the Salo to help him, he helped. The Salo flew to her palace, placed the ruby on the table, fanned the sick son off, and flew back to the prince. The next night, the prince requested the Salo to pick out one sapphire from his one eye and take it to the playwright, who was unable to complete his play because of too much cold. The Salo flew to the playwright and placed the sapphire on the withered violets. The playwright's eyes fell on the sapphire. He was happy that he would be able to complete his play. The Salo flew back. Well, he had helped the girl. Well, and the sapphire to the match girl. The happy prince thanked him and requested again to go to the square below, where a little match girl was standing. Her match had fallen in the gutter. She was crying. Her father would best beat her for not bringing money. So he requested Salo to fly back again and give that anther sapphire from his second eyes and fly to the match girl to give it to her. Well, at first Salo did not agree because he knew the prince will be completely blind. But on the request of the prince, he was ready to give that sapphire to that little match girl. The Salo flew to her, placed the jewel on her palm, and came back. The girl felt very happy. Gold sheet to the poor. Now the Salo decided not to go to Egypt because as the prince has become blind, and prince asked him to go, but he refused to leave the prince. He told that he had become blind, and the Salo also felt that he was a very generous person, so now he could not leave him alone. The Salo now went to the city lanes every night, noted the miserable condition of the poor people, and reported the matter to the prince. He asked him to tear off the gold sheet of his body, leaf after leaf, and give it to the poor children, so that their hunger was satisfied. The Salo did as the prince had told him to do. Death of the Salo. The little Salo grew older and older, but did not leave the prince. He knew that he was going to die, so he lay at prince's feet. The prince asked him to kiss on his lips. I love you, he said. The Sallow told him that he was going not to Egypt but to the house of death, which was the brother of sleep. That night, the Sallow fell down and finally died at the feet of the happy prince. A crack burst in his statue and was cut into two. Demolition of the statue was there. Next morning, the mayor and the town councillor looked at the statue and ordered for its demolition because of its shabby looks. They saw the dead bird also lying at his feet, but should not be allowed to die there, the town clerk said. Both in heavens now. The statue was pulled down. It could neither be melted nor broken, so it was thrown on a dust heap where the dead Sallow was also lying. The writer wants to show that both remained together even after death. God said to his angels, which are the two most precious things on the city. One angel reply was this little bird and the happy prince, and God told to bring them to heaven. So this is all about the story. Now we are going to do the question and answer of the. So now first of all we will do the question answer, the textual question answer. Question number 1. Why do the courtiers call the prince the happy prince? Is he really happy? What does he see around him? So student, when the prince was alive, he had a human heart. Throughout the day, he lived in the palace where sorrows were not allowed to enter. His courtiers called him the happy prince because he was happy there till his death. After his death, he sat on his statue and he called to see the ugliness and misery of the city. His heart could see and feel everything, and he could only weep but can't do nothing unless he met with a swallow. Question number 2. Why does the happy prince send a ruby for the seamstress? What does the Sallow do in the seamstress house? So on its statue, the prince saw a woman on a table. She was troubled as her son was lying ill in the corner of the room. He was crying for oranges. The happy prince requested the Sallow to pluck the ruby and take it in the seamstress so that she could buy oranges for her son. The Sallow came to the poor woman's house and saw the baby lying in fever. His mother had fallen asleep. She laid the ruby on the table and fanned the boy's forehead with his wing. Then she flew back to the prince. Question number 3. For whom does the prince send the sapphire and why? So the prince sent the sapphire for the playwright since the hunger had made him faint. The Sallow plucked one of the sapphire and took it for him so that he could sell it and buy firewood. When she reached there, the playwright had buried his head in his hands. He could not hear the birds sing. When he looked up, he found the beautiful sapphire and looked quite happy. What does the Sallow see when it flies over the city? The Sallow flew over the great city and saw the rich making merry in their beautiful houses. She saw the beggars sitting at the gates. She also flew into the dark lane and saw the white faces of starving children looking out listlessly at the black street. Under the bridge, she saw two little hungry boys wandering out in the rain. Question number 5. Why did the Sallow not leave the prince and go to Egypt? During the winter, the Sallow decided not to leave the prince. She kept herself warm by flapping its wing. The happy prince has become blind and he can see nothing. The prince asked him to kiss him on the lips since he loved him, but the Sallow told that he was going to the house of death. He kissed the prince on the lips and died by falling in his feet. What are the precious things mentioned in the story? Why are they precious? The precious things which were mentioned in the story of the happy prince gave a deserted look Children, the statue of the happy prince soon gave the deserted look. When the mayor and the town councillors passed there, they viewed that the statue was like a beggar and it was looking quite shabby. So the statue was pulled down. The statue was melted in a furnace. The overseer at the foundry said that the broken lead heart won't melt in the furnace. They threw it away where the dead fellow was also lying. Then God asked one of the angels to bring the two most precious things in the city. The angels took the leaden heart and the dead bird. These two things were precious because the prince had sacrificed everything for the poor and the needy. The fellow acted accordingly to the command of the prince and did not leave him. Then it was blind. She protected it till his last breath. She fell dead. He fell dead at his feet. Now, children, part 2. The little fellow says, "It is curious, but I feel quite warm now, although it is too cold." Have you ever had such a feeling? Share your experience with your friends. So this is, children, personally you have to write your own experience and you can write it. Now some important question answer from the sample paper. Describe the statue of the happy prince. The statue of the happy prince stood on a tall pillar in the square of the city. It was covered with thin leaves of fine gold. It had two bright sapphires for its eyes. A ruby of large size, red in color, shone brightly on his sword hilt. What made the happy prince cry? The happy prince cried to see the misery of the people in his city. When he was alive, he lived in the palace. The courtiers called him the happy prince because sorrow wasn't allowed to enter the palace. But now, since he was standing outside, he could see all the misery of the city. Okay. He sat high after his death on a tall column, and from where he could see the ugliness and misery and sorrow of the city. Well, this we have already discussed. To whom did the prince send his great ruby and why? And this is important, children. Why did the happy prince do with the sapphire? The playwright was trying to finish a play for the director of theatre, but he was too old to write anymore. There was no fire in the grate. He was hungry also. Due to hunger, he had fainted. The prince set a sapphire to the young playwright. The fellow flew and gave it to him. He was unable to finish his work. Next question, how did he help the match girl? The prince saw that the match girl had let her matches fall in the gutter. They were so spoiled. Her father would beat her if she did not bring some money. So she was crying. The prince sent her a sapphire through the cello. She ran home laughing. What did the fellow decided not to leave the prince? The fellow did what the happy prince had told him to do. He helped the seamstress, the playwright, and the match girl. The prince had become blind after giving the two sapphires. Now he could not see, so the fellow decided not to leave the prince because he had gone blind. What was wrong with the seamstress, little boy? The seamstress was embroidering flowers on the satin gown of the queen maids of honor. She was sad. Her little son had fever. He was in bed and crying for oranges. The seamstress had nothing to give him but river water, so the prince sent her the ruby to help her. Well, why did the fellow want to go to Egypt? What made him give it up and stay with the happy prince? The fellow want to go to Egypt. What made him give it up and stay with the happy prince? The fellow wanted to go to Egypt as all his friends had gone there. He wanted to be with them. It was cold here, but it was warm in Egypt. But after giving the sapphire as eyes, the prince had gone blind. So the fellow decided to remain there to be the prince's eyes. What important thing did the prince tell the fellow after the latter had decided to act as the prince's eyes in his blindness? The Sallow told the prince many stories of different countries, but the prince told him that of all the marvelous thing in the world, the most marvelous thing was the people suffering. There was no mystery so great as misery. What did the Sallow see when it flew over the city? The Sallow flew over the city and saw the rich making merry in their beautiful houses. He saw beggars sitting at the gate. He flew in dark lanes. He saw the white faces of hungry children. He also saw how the watchmen had shunned the two hungry boys off. How did the happy prince react when the Sallow told him about the poor and hungry children? The happy prince asked the Sallow to take off leaf by leaf the gold over his body and give that to the poor. It would help them much. The living away always think that gold can make them happy. How did the poor children feel when they got the gold? The poor children's faces grew rosier, merrier. They laughed and played in the street. Earlier they were hungry, but with the gold they had food. That themselves said that with the gold they would have bread then. What happened when the little Swallow fell down dead? When the little fellow fell down dead, before dying, the little Swallow kissed the happy prince on the lips. Then he lay dead. At the moment, a curious crack sounded inside the statue. It seemed as if something had broken. The prince's leaden heart had broken into two pieces. What happened to the prince's leaden heart? What is the significance of at that moment? The prince's leaden heart broke into two. At that moment is significant because both the things, the death of the Swallow and the crack inside the statue, took place at the same time. Why did the broken leaden heart of the prince not melt in the furnace? The broken leaden heart of the prince did not melt in the furnace because it was made of love and goodness which can never be destroyed. How did the mayor and the town councillor describe the statue of the happy prince? The leaden heart of the happy prince had broken into two. His eyes had gone. The mayor and the town councillor saw the statue. They said that it looked very shabby and a little better than a beggar. What did the mayor and the town councillor do finally to the statue of the happy prince? The mayor and the town councillor ordered that the statue could not be allowed to stand in that beggarly condition. The art professor declared that since the statue was no longer beautiful, it was no longer useful, so they melted the statue in a furnace. What were the two most precious things according to the angels? What did God do to them? So the two most precious things according to the angel were the leaden heart of the happy prince and the Swallow. These had done something good for the poor and the needy. God was very happy. He declared that the little bird would sing forever in the garden of paradise. The happy prince shall praise him in his city of gold. To whom did the prince send his great ruby and why? After his death, the statue of the happy prince was erected on a tall column high above the city. He was gilded with the thin leaves of gold and his eyes had two bright sapphire. He could see the miseries of the poor and the needy. Standing on a high pillar, he saw a poor woman seated at a table. The happy prince sent his great ruby to a poor seamstress. Her face was pinched and her hands were red and rough. Her fingers were pricked with needles. She was embroidering flowers on a rich woman's gown. Her son lay sick on bed. She was not having even food to give it to him. And he was thirsty and wanted oranges, but she was too poor to buy oranges for him. The happy prince sent the ruby to her so that she could buy oranges and medicines for her sick son. How did the Now, describe the suffering of the poor people in the city. How did the happy prince help them? Children, this question was also asked in another way, like how did the prince and the Swallow help the poor? The prince got the first view of misery and suffering in his city after his death. He was greatly moved. He wanted to do something for the people, so he gave away his 3 jewels to the poor and the needy. He asked the seller to fly over the city and report what he saw. The bird flew into the dark lanes. He saw pale faces of hungry children. They were cold as well. They had no roof over their heads. The happy prince decided to help them with gold. He knew that gold could not buy happiness for them. He told the sailor to take off gold from his body and give it to the poor. The bird did that. The poor children improved in their looks. They began to laugh and play. Give a brief sketch of the happy prince. The happy prince, when alive, knew no sorrow and lived in a palace. After his death, his statue was set up on a tall pillar at a high place in the city. He had 2 sapphires for his eyes. His whole body was covered with gold, a ruby decorated with sword hilt. Now from the tall pillar he could see all the ugliness and suffering of men, women, and children. He was deeply moved and decided to help the poor. Once a sailor took shelter at his feet, the happy prince took his help and sent his ruby to the seamstresses and sapphire to the poor playwright and the poor match girl each. He sent his gold to the poor and hungry children. He was even true to the sailor. His heart broke when the sailor died. He was really a great man who always thought to make others happy. How did the little sailor carry out the wishes of the happy prince? This came in the board examination also. The happy prince was a beautiful statue. One day a little sailor stayed between the feet of the happy prince. A large drop of water fell on the sailor when he got ready to go to sleep. But actually it was the tears falling from the statue of the happy prince. The sailor looked and learned that they were the tears falling from the happy prince's eyes. The happy prince told him about the misery around him and he could not help them because he was in the form of a statue. So he requested sailor to help him by helping the poor. The sailor made up his mind to stay there. The happy prince gave a ruby for a poor seamstress. He gave a sapphire for a playwright and another sapphire for a match girl. The sailor carried out the prince's wishes. He also plucked out the gold leaves from the statue and gave it to the poor. He declined not to go to Egypt as desired by the happy prince. How did the prince help the match girl? What was the result? When the sailor was ready to go to Egypt, it came to say goodbye to the happy prince, but the prince requested the bird to stay with him one more night. He told them stood a little match girl. She was selling matches in the square below. By chance she dropped all matches in a gutter and they were spoiled. She was crying because her father was sure to beat her unless she brought him some money. The prince asked the seller to pluck out his other sapphire and take it to her. The bird agreed and obeyed the prince. He put the sapphire in the little girl's hand. This made the girl happy. She was sure her father would not beat her. The prince saved the grief from being beaten, even though he became blind because both the sapphire from his eyes were taken. How did the happy prince help the playwright? The playwright was a poor young man. The prince saw him in a garret. He was trying to finish a play for the director of the theatre, but he was too cold to write any more. There were no fire in his grate. The prince decided to help him also. He requested the swallow to stay one more night, but at first the swallow refused, but then the prince requested again and he asked him to help the playwright by giving one of his sapphire of the eyes. The playwright had his head buried into his hand. When he looked up, he found the beautiful sapphire on the withered violet. The young man became very happy. Now he was able to finish his play. So, children, with this, I complete my this thing, the children, the story, and children have what did the water message conveyed by the author, that even the god respect the people who are generous. That's why he asked his angel to bring the two most precious thing. He asked, what are the two most precious thing? And the angel replied that the two most precious thing according to the angels were the leaden heart of the happy prince and the cello. These had done something good for the poor and the needy. God was very happy. He told the angel that your choice is quite correct, is quite right. He declared that the little bird would sing forever in the garden of paradise, and the happy prince shall praise him in his city of gold. So children, with this I complete my video here. I have completed all the question answer of all the type textual sample papers questions and the important question from of your lesson. With this I conclude my video here. Thank you and have a nice day ahead. Goodbye.